How we doing, guys? How do you guys like the new intro? That was one of the things that was rendering yesterday. I made two different versions of that. I made the one for the stream starting, and then I made the one for the when I go away. Brilliant Nimbus, I have water right next to me. This is my first coffee of the day. You shush. Thank you for the subscription. I think for the I don't know, do you guys want to see the away screen now, or do you want to see it when I go away? It's basically the same thing, it's just a different rotation speed. So, today... Why do I keep getting messages for now? Sorry. You need to put your Red Hood helmets on display, but the lightsabers too. Yeah, it's fun. It's very fun to try and find placement for that, especially because of the fact that I live in a lot smaller of a house now. So trying to figure out where to put things is real fun. I actually had to basically... I put something up today in a place that we said we were going to put our lightsabers. So now I'm trying to figure out where we're going to put our lightsabers. The more red beard? I haven't done anything to my beard. Maybe it's just coming out more. It does tend to get more red in the summer because I get more sun. However, it is Washington, so sun doesn't really show up all that much. How's your day been, Panda? Relaxing. Like, weirdly relaxing. I thought I was going to do a whole bunch of shit today, and then I didn't end up doing all that shit. I did a little bit, but not as much as I would, want. You were going to stream yesterday. I was planning on it, but then something was rendering. Actually, my microphone's on. You'll be able to see it. The starting soon screen and the away screen that I just recently made were rendering yesterday, so I wanted to give those time to render so that they actually look good when I started up today. Given they're not as good as they could be, I did them very quickly so that I could get them out. It's still the same logo that I use for like my YouTube opening and everything. But I thought it was a lot cooler for that to be kind of more tied into all of my stuff. Brown and blonde hair, red on the face. Yeah, it's great. Any new cosplay ideas for the future? Me and Scarlett are planning on doing a couples cosplay for Emerald City Comic Con, and we're planning on going as characters from the newest God of War game. I'm planning on doing an adult Atreus because of the hair, and she's planning on going as Thrud, who is Thor's daughter in the game. Did you use Photoshop for your new intro? No! Actually, I used Maya. That's a 3D model, so I'm going to be using Photoshop today, but I did not use it for the new intro. I'm waiting on a Leviathan axe in the next coming. I ordered one off of Etsy. It was a cheap one, but I've wanted a Leviathan axe since I played the first game, so I'm really fucking hoping that it gets here soon because I want to see it. So I bought a Leviathan axe for the adult Atreus outfit. Yeah, sorry. Ha! I am not nearly buff enough to play Kratos. I am actually actively I am so out of shape right now that I consider doing Thor from God of War. So Panda Kratos isn't happening anytime soon. Atreus is Kratos' son from the 2 newest God of War games. Red Hood Batman fan. Red Hood Bat fan? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, I think it's been long enough. I've been on here for about 5 minutes. I gave you guys 5 minutes to wait in the opening. I am planning on starting a new 3D project today. I am trying to figure out what I want that 3D project to be, because this is going to be more of a portfolio piece that I'm working on. Kind of think how my old streams used to be, where I used to be making like portfolio level art pieces when I was on stream. I'm planning on doing that a lot more now. But how many people are in here? Only about 59 people are in here. Before I start, do you guys want to see the finished transition piece that we were working on for last week? Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up. Okay, hold on. Let me set this up real quick. Alright. You can see that it's set up because of the glowing fucking green on the other screen. And the Batman. I would rather not do that because I'm trying to be an environment artist, so Batman and the Bat Family aren't exactly options. Also, they're licensed characters, so I would rather not be working with licensed stuff. I already have an idea for what I want to do. Alright, so beautiful, isn't it? So this is the version of it completely done with no sound. It's green because it's going to be replaced with a green screen. And let's pause this. This is the version with sound. So for anybody watching, the entire purpose of that is going to be a transition between two different scenes. So it's like a brief couple second cut between the two. After I finished it, I took a look at it and I realized there's a lot of shit I could do to it. But I kind of want it to be done so I can start working on those other projects and not be too wrapped up in the details of it. It's not supposed to be like a fully rendered out like Disney movie sort of thing, but it is something that is there so that when I need the transition and I want my stuff to look better, it's done. So, man, that's what the panels are from. All of the panels in the comic are from public domain comics of the regrettable superhero of the week that I do. So, this week, and actually up until it is done, I am going to actually start working on... If you struggle to find a lighting gig in progress video game, would you ever be interested in making your own? I would, except for the fact that I am not a programmer and not a designer. I was taught in how to make the game look pretty, not actually make the game work, is the struggle in actually doing it myself. I have a couple of people that I know that I could probably contact, but they're also people who are actively looking for jobs in the gaming industry, which would make it really difficult to be like, hey, let's make this fucking startup where none of us get paid and we spend all of our time making it. Not really a worthwhile task unless we're doing like a game jam, which is like making a game in one night. However, that's kind of what I'm hoping to do with this. With the streams and everything and being able to actually have dedicated time to put towards making portfolio level art, then I'm kind of hoping to be able to leverage that portfolio level stuff to hand off to job offers and be like, hey, here's some artwork that I made. Instead of, because this is my full-time job, but I also, if I want to get a job in that industry, I got the fucking degree in, and I actually need to, make art for that wasn't just made in school. So that's what I'm hoping for this. Do people get lighting artists for game? So I specialize in lighting art, but I'm not just a lighting artist. Usually in game jams, it's going to be a 2D game. If you're going to be making a 3D game, a lot of times it's going to be flipped assets or it's going to be free assets from asset stores. So, like, if you're going to be making a game in Unreal in 24 hours, then you're going to be needing to, like, get assets that they have for free and throw them together and have, like, levels and stuff that are pre-assembled that you can just tweak a little bit and throw things around. Art takes a lot of time, but I like 2D animation so much more than 3D. And that's completely fair. A lot of Game Jam games are actually 2D animation. I've worked on a Game Jam game before. It's really rough, but I did all the 2D art for it. And that's the only other time that I've made like a game in 24 hours that had no tie to my school. But right now I'm making, I want to make like 3D spaces that I can show from different angles. So my plan for today, for the new art that I'm going to be working on, is I want to 3D model a comic shop. Before I've 3D modeled like a tattoo shop and everything. So now I actually want to 3D model like my old comic shop that I can remember. Not using any specific measurements or anything, but kind of sketching out what I can remember the thing looking like. Hey, thank you for the gifted sub. I want to make what I remember it looking like. So that I can put that out for a 3D model. So then I can light it the way I want to. I can frame it the way I want to. I can design it the way I remember it looking. That's kind of where my brain goes in terms of what I want to make. But it also has the difficulty of trying to remember what that building looked like, because I don't 100% remember it all because I was in like freshman year of high school. And now I am a year out from being graduated from college. That's like, Jesus Christ, that was like 8 years ago. Whoa! I don't care how many. We're going back to work. Well, thank you for subscribing, Magic of the Dragon. I have a friend who's planning on going into imagery on animated projects in general. Probably Major League Games. Got any advice? As someone who has never actually achieved getting a job in the game industry, I don't know if my advice is warranted. If they're planning on going into like making art, period, I would just say just keep trucking. Everybody gets artist block. I get artist block a lot. I mean, hell, I get writing block. I get video block. Like, You're not always going to have the motivation to keep working.
This makes, call the fucking guy.
So just keep. Thank you for the subscription, by the way. Just keep working. Just keep going forward, and keep trying to make things. Because if you stop trying to make things, then then being an artist is a talent that you don't get to use, and it's a lot. That's a really worthwhile talent, I think, to be able to express, especially because artistic people and people who are artistically minded. That's kind of how you express yourself. It's how you express who you are. So just keep working at it, and keep plugging. I mean, shit. I've been applying for jobs since before I graduated, and I have gotten, I think, one interview ever. But I'm still working on this because this is what I want to do. It's what I want to keep working at. It is not. So Artist Block is pushing through anyway. Actually, the way that I find to work with Artist Block is to take a fucking break. If not too long of a break, like don't walk away for like a month. Hey, Amy. But if you're experiencing Artist Block, if you're in a state where you're like, I can't work. I don't know what I want to do. I can't think of anything that I'm actually gonna make. Then just take a couple minutes. Take an hour. Take two. Take the rest of the day. It's not the end of the world if you don't get any work done today. If you stop working for months, then of course that's going to affect you. But if you stop working for a day, it's not going to change anything. Walk away. Take the rest of the day and think about it. Think about what you want to do. Think about what you want to complete on the project. Or don't think about it at all. Usually what I do when I'm experiencing that period where I don't know what the fuck I want to make, I walk away for like as long as I can. I walk away and I don't think about it. I read a comic. I draw something else. I do something that I enjoy to get my mind off of it. Because I think that the reason that you're experiencing Artist Block at any time would be like your gears are jammed. You've been running them too hard and now you can't fucking think. I didn't even 3D model for like how many months? I graduated and then had to take a long ass time because I was burnt the fuck out and I didn't want to make anything. And now I'm actually in a state that I can do that again. I can start working towards that thing that I wanted to do for so long. And that is the way that I try and get past all that Artist Block. Just working through it, yeah, eventually you're going to work past it, but it's gonna suck and you're gonna hate every second of it. My mentality is the work will still be there tomorrow. You don't need to do it today. As much as you want to get it done today, the work will still be there tomorrow. As someone who has developed insomnia from burning the midnight oil and working through it, take a break, take a breather. Be a little nicer to yourself and relax a little bit. Because you'll still be able to work through it tomorrow. Is the best way that I would like to think about it. Naturally red, I never know. It is! My hair grows like dark brown, almost black, and then my beard is red. That's actually a lie. My hair is a mix of colors. If you see it in the sunlight, there's like red, white, there's gray. There's a whole mix of colors in my hair. The predominant one is dark brown, and then my beard ends up being red. It just means that I can never have like the cool, rugged, badass look. Because my beard's just going to glow on my face in comparison to everything else. I'm always worried I won't get back to the project and my motivation won't return. That's potential. That's a potential. That might happen. But if that happens, that means it wasn't what you were meant to do. That is the way that I always... that I imagine it. If you are worried that when you take a step away from it, you're never going to want to do it again... That's a potential. You might have not wanted to do it in the first place. That is something that I have realized, that when I walk away from a project and I completely lose motivation to work on it ever again, I probably didn't want to finish that project in the first place. There was probably something that was stopping me from wanting to complete that project. So when you take a break, wait until the motivation returns, and if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be done in the first place. I have seen so many people that think doesn't work if you have ADHD with severe executive dysfunction. I have ADHD and executive dysfunction. That is my mentality on this 100% only works because of my executive dysfunction. Because the second I walk away, it took me that many months just to be able to get back to what I wanted to do. It's The executive dysfunction that I experienced when I was sitting on the couch trying to fucking heal from months and months and months and months and months and months and months, burning away at as much work as I can. That's my brain trying to heal. As much as it's screaming at me to get up and get back to work. What does that mean once you actually get back out there again? When brains say no, let brains say no and try again later. Yeah, your brain is the thing that is making you do the things you want to do. Your brain is the thing that is actually allowing you to complete those projects that you want to do. Be nice to it. Let it breathe. Let it work through. If it doesn't want to do the thing that you are trying to do, then it doesn't want to do it. Put it down. Try it again later. Do something else. If your brain's not working towards what you want it to do, either put it down, or if it becomes that hard, if it's something that you need to do, then that's when you need to work through it. That's when it's like, no, you need to burn through this. You need to do it tomorrow, or it needs to be done in an hour. Yeah, bust your fucking ass. Get it done. But if you have time, take the fucking time. You need to be nicer to yourself as a person. Doesn't let me do anything. That is a thing that just happens. The first 3 months that I was living with Scarlett, I didn't get shit done. I sat on the couch. I sat on her bed watching TV and playing video games because my head, after graduating, didn't want to fucking do anything. I started today thinking that we were going to do a project, and now I'm lecturing again. I sat on the bed not fucking doing anything. I sat on the bed just fucking zoning, because that's the only thing that I was able to do. Because my brain was so burnt out from working 24/7, 365, that I just needed to fucking chill for a while. And I know that that's true for so many people. The second that you get time to rest, if you start to rest and you hate yourself for it, that's part of the fucking healing process. Part of healing is resting. You have to be able to relax. You have to be able to take time. Otherwise, you are never going to be able to do the actual thing that you want to do. That is a lesson that I needed to learn too late, because I worked myself to death because I didn't want to let my brain take a breath. I needed to get this shit done. I needed to work harder. I need to get this done, otherwise it will never get done, because I will sit on the couch and do nothing. But the harder you work, the slower it's going to be, especially if you end up working like way longer than you have to. I learned working way late into the night, as hard as you possibly can, usually ends up making it so your brain just doesn't want to fucking work. Usually at 3 a.m. you zone off every 20 minutes. Every half an hour you just kind of disappear and you don't know what you're doing anymore. Thank you for the follow. Did I come in at a bad time? No, I'm just ranting. That's just part of the process. If you are going to be relaxed, if you are going to work hard, sometimes you need to relax. That's part of work. That's part of working, period. That's why even in like day-to-day jobs they give you weekends, is because you can't work every single day 24/7 and not feel the repercussions of that. Sometimes you need to rest. Sometimes relaxation is required. And that is why I very much propose, like, if you're experiencing artist block, writer's block, if you're experiencing a block in the things that you want to do, take a fucking break and don't think about it. Just walk away. Is a thing to do. I can't do it. I am now shutting up and leaving because I know I'm now being bad to everyone. I don't think that it's being bad. I'm not saying play video games. I'm saying do anything other than what you're supposed to do when you're in that headspace. No matter what it is. When you're in the headspace of, I can't do the thing I want to do, step away from it. Do something else. No matter what. No matter what it is. Literally anything. It could be, go work out. Go see a movie. Take a fucking nap. Eat a meal. Like, do something that will bring your brain joy. That's all you need to do. That's all it is. And that is something that I have had to learn the hard way. And why, like, Now, I mean, shit, how long has it taken me to get back to doing this every fucking day? How long did it take me to finally start putting out a video every day? To finally start working on this Twitch thing every single day? To finally make this my full-time job? It took me so fucking long to do that because I wasn't in the headspace to be able to do it. I was burnt out, I was tired, I was exhausted. And I needed to take time to focus on shit I wanted to do. To focus on things that made me happy. And yeah, this makes me happy, but it's still work. It's still something that I have to do. It's not something, it started as something that I did just as, it started as exactly what I'm saying. It started as a break. It started as a thing that I did to step away from the work that I needed to do. And now it is my job. So that's just part of the process. That's part of what working is going to be, is taking steps away and you know, relaxing, because that is an essential part of working on anything, no matter what it is. Sorry, apparently you touched a nerve. I didn't know I had a fucking 10-minute rant in me for that. Productive when I'm procrastinating important things. That is something that I have also seen a lot from people that I know, is when you want to be doing something but you can't do that thing, usually you get incredibly productive at everything else. Classic Panda rant. That is something that tends to happen, yes. Also, for anybody who's noticed it in the frame, because I only just noticed it, this is part of the stack of comics that I said I was going to catalog yesterday. I need to go through all of these. I didn't even touch them today, even though I said I was going to. Which I think is just even more evidence to my point. You could probably hear, don't know why. Thank you. You can talk to them. Thank you. Thank you so much. First stream I was on, y'all gave me advice for college. You told me it was okay to walk away if I'm frustrated. Best advice. Aw, thank you. That is, I mean, I've been preaching that for as long as I possibly can, and I've only recently started to internalize it myself. You can know something and not act on it at the same time. With the double. Oh, this is one of Scarlett's. It's a Tivana. Scarlett really likes tea, and she always had tea. But because I'm me, ironically, I use a lot of colors in a lot of my stuff. But I wear black almost every single day, and almost everything I own is black. So as soon as I saw this in her mug cabinet, the one black mug that she had, I'm like, that's mine. I'm using that forever. Which, I mean, if you want proof of me having ADHD, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have anything else? 5. Do I have another cup in here? Yeah, I have 2 back there. And then I have 7. So that's all just from my desk in the shed that I work in. So let's deconstruct the fucking tower of shame. Is this empty now? Now it is. Okay. From the other streams last week? Yeah, probably. How many sheds do you want? This one. This is the shed I work. When I keep saying that my house is small, my house is fucking small. This is a storage shed that I spent a week converting into an office. So when I'm like, oh, I work in a shed. I work in a shed. This is a shed connected to my house. How often does she have to remind you that your body requires food? Ironically, it's actually the other way around, because we both are, mentally ill. So, she is the exact same way, except for my thing is, when I get stressed out, I'm a stress eater, so I snack. I also snack when I'm working. I mean, shit, just in here, again. Whoa, hey, whoa, what's going on? Uh-oh. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay, so it's just the camera, thank God. Hold on, trying to fix it. Come on. There we go. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but apparently my camera decided to stop working. But yeah, because I'm a snacker, I'm a stress eater, and I'm somebody who snacks when I'm like on stream. These are candies. These are lucky candies that we got for Chinese New Year, and these are Cheetos that I have just in case I get hungry, that are out here. Both of which I'm gonna have to give up pretty soon because we're instituting a diet because we're planning on going in the Comic-Con circuit, and as much as I joke about the fact that I am shaped like a panda now, it's not exactly the headspace that I want to be in. So we're working on it. But these are the snacks that I have out here that I'm going to soon have to replace. Can we blame the dogs on that camera glitch? God, I wish. They're in a different building, though, so I can't blame them for my stream being broken anymore. Okay, we're half an hour in to a 2-hour stream. Do we actually want to start getting to work now that I have ranted your guys' ears off about, taking a break? Alright. So, my goal, or more rants, or both. Probably both. I mean, let's be perfectly honest, it's me. I get distracted easy. Add a picture of yourself on the wall. That was a terrible pun. I like it, but I hate it at the same time. Okay, so, together we're going to try and remember what my old comic shop looked like. I know y'all have never seen it, but I am going to be doing some like blueprint sketches to try and remember what this place actually was shaped like. So let's... Here we go. Alright, where's my pen? There's my pen. Oh no. So, I am also realizing that currently my drawing tablet is hooked up to be on the wrong screen. So, here we go. There we go. That should work. Perfect. All right. Back to what we were doing. What kind of tablet do you use? I use a Wacom tablet, but I cannot remember which one to save my life. Actually, does that information... Is that... I use an Intuos Pro L. Without scut? I am very confused what you mean by that. Anything other than coffee. I'm actually only down to water now, so thanks, Invis. I hope you know that I fill my water bottle up at the beginning of every stream now, just because I know that y'all are going to redeem that 1,000 times. There's never a stream without technical difficulty. It only did it once. Okay. Oh, I also forgot to tell you guys. The what's on the shelf panda, that can be redeemed now. Your previous VOD has no sound until very recently. That that's very true. That's a good point. But that's more on Streamlabs being fucking weird than my setup being bad. The what's on the shelf panda activator, that should work now because I have my bookshelf now, so I can pick a random book and talk about it. Given it will only be for a short amount of time. Alright, so we are going to start remembering what this actual building was built like, because I don't remember 100%, but I would like to try. For any of this stuff. Ha! And for their Oh, no. When I said touched a nerve, I meant that, like, I can rant about that forever. I don't mean that it insulted me in any way. Don't worry about that. And totally okay about the that's what I like, talking through people like that. So don't worry about it at all. I just want to make sure that they're okay. Thank you. What kind of PC do you have? Internals run it? Fuck, I don't remember. I built this thing I don't know, 6 years ago. Shelf yet, but I do have enough for a 20-minute break. How dare you? Hello, I'm doing good. Alright, so. What pen do I have activated right now? Not the one I want, that's for damn sure. That works. Okay. I'm biding my time. Okay, so I remember the building being shaped a certain way. So the front door was like here. So did it swing in or out? It swung in. So we'll put the front door right about here. There was a small wall that went back here, and then a wall that went all the way across here. And there was a window on this wall. There was enough space for one singular comic shelf. And then there was a window that we were able to show things out of. And then there wasn't enough space for another comic shelf here, so we put comic shelves along this wall. Please schedule mental stuff. I'm gonna leave, watch stream later. I'm gonna stream when I'm by Panda. Well, thanks for stopping by, British Time. Alright, so we had one really long wall here that I think had 4. No, it had 3 bookshelves on it. It had one bookshelf for DC, one bookshelf for Marvel, and then we had one bookshelf that was specifically relegated to indie comics. I remember that there was another bookshelf right here that was just indie comics, because down here was kids comics, here was Marvel, here was DC. Then was this a half shelf? No, we built a wall there. This is a completely straight wall that went all the way back. Then there was the desk, and then there was another wall here, which is making me think this might have been a half shelf, where it was like this more than it was anything else. Also, I am so sorry for anybody having to deal with my spotty fucking memory right now. We had the door here. To the left there was like a standee out here, so I know there wasn't something there, but there were two windows that went across this that we had shelves in front of. There was a table here, and there was a wall here. There was a desk there, but that's what I'm questioning. Because this desk was an L desk. And we sat there, and I think there was a small spot that we could walk through right here. Because we also had 3 tables in the center that were spaced out at angles like this, that had long boxes and toys and stuff on it. And then we had a table in front of this window here. And we had 2 big standees in front of this window here. I'm also wondering... This looks bigger than my local con. That's only because it's a top-down view. Someone having 20,000 points. Just how dare you? Exactly. How dare you watch my streams that much? You have lives to live. So I am actually going to... Let's see if I can find... work. I hated when any internet provider asks, do you want to save the password, and then the password immediately fails. Okay. Alright, that's infuriating. I don't know why that worked, but it didn't. I just logged in with Google and it worked, but logging in any other way did not. I remember that the Facebook account that we had a shot of the interior. Had a couple shots of the interior, actually. Alright. Alright, so we have 2 different shots of the interior. Actually, we have a couple different shots of the interior. I have a... what's the word? Panoramic. I have a panoramic view. And then I have a couple of interior shots that are very specific. Alright. Okay. God, this is a bad trip down memory lane. It's not bad because I don't like the shop. It is bad because my brain is like, oh my god, I remember this place. And then I think I can find... the actual address Can I do street view? There we go. All right. So, where am I? Where am I? Oh. Okay, so this is the building space that I'm working with. It's in this building. So I have a box that goes to about here. There's 3 windows. All right. Okay. GeoGuessr with Panda. Ha! All right. So I'm going to put this over here. And then I'm going to import all these photos. Into here. Alright. What angle is yours going to be from? I'm hoping to make the entire space. Oh, you guys are talking about different... Okay. I'm hoping to make the entire space and then to be able to pose it from different angles. So this is the panoramic view. This is taken from the front door. So you can see there's 3 bookshelves across that wall. There's 1 bookshelf across this wall. There's 2 small bookshelves and 1 small window here. So if I move this up here, that means I should probably be able to get a pretty good view. Oh shit. A pretty good view of the actual layout of the building. So let's make another layer here. Matter of fact, let's move this one to the side and make a second one in red, compared to what I remember versus what it actually was, so that I can actually work out how this building is going to work out. That image breaks my brain. It's a panoramic of the inside of a location, so it's automatically going to look pretty fucking weird. Let's do this. Let's shift it to red. Alright. Where's my pen? Here's my pen. Pandoramic. Oh, God, that hurt. Alright. So, I was right about the front door. Matter of fact, let's do it sideways. So, front door is here. It swings inward. I was wrong because there is a flat wall here that we had a clothes rack on. Then there's a wall that goes this way. Excuse me for the fact that my lines aren't straight in the least. We had a small bookshelf here. I think that's the one that had manga on it, because we also sold manga at the shop. There's 1 tall window right here, and then there's 2 mini bookshelves that go all the way to this wall over here. And actually it looks like this extends a little bit farther, so we're going to do that. There's a small gap in the wall there where you can plug stuff in or you can move stuff if you wanted to. From there, there's a small little square in the corner here. Then there is 1 bookshelf, 2 bookshelves, 3 bookshelves, and then it extends. There's a little box in the corner here, and then there's a bookshelf that goes this way. Now, given I don't know the size of these bookshelves, so when I try and sparse out this room, it's going to be a little weird. And then from the bookshelf, there is a desk. So let's do this. Let's bookshelf, bookshelf, bookshelf. Haha, it says BS. Let's get the jokes out of the way now. Bookshelf. So then we have these that go along the side here, and then we have tiny bookshelves here, and then we have a bookshelf here. Then there is the desk, which I was apparently wrong. It isn't an L-shaped desk, which I thought it was. The building itself actually has a wall that goes here and then extends back, because right here was the bathroom, and we had a curtain up right there. But that goes back, and there's an office back here. But this wall had the expensive comics on it. So there's a door here that swings inward. There's a wall here. Then in front of that, there's a different wall, because this is where there's a little kitchenette area back here, where there's like... there was like a sink and cupboards and everything, and that was right in this area. What do you mean by expensive comics? I meant the comics that were like the rare ones, like the rare comics that were the higher priced. We didn't have any like GDC ones. I'm sorry, I don't think it's called GDC. We didn't have any like the graded comics, but we did have comics that were like notable. So it would be like, I don't know, the Green Lantern, Green Arrow, or the first appearance of Darkseid, and like expensive old comics is the way I would put it. So there's like a kitchenette area back here that had cupboards and stuff above it, and it had like a coffee maker and a sink right here. And that's in the same location as the door. Yeah, like collector's comics, essentially. Should draw out the layout in this. Ha! I'll probably draw out the layout in like, I don't know, SketchUp or something. Notable / graded comics all around the shop near the ceiling so that you can see them but can't reach them. That's why they were behind our desk area here. Which now that I mention it, I should probably put the bookshelf in so I can get a proper spacing, because that door is way too small. Now it's probably too big, but whatever.
Different fucking kid.
There we go. And then there was a fake wall right here that we put up so that only me and my parents could go back here, because there was a chair here, and there was the cash register here, and everything under the desk. And then back here was like our little studio art area that we had going on. And I think that actually extended all the way back. I think there was an area behind here, because this is just where the bathroom was, so it didn't actually have to extend out. And that had like a personal area, so this isn't actually going to be in the 3D rendering that I have. But this wall extends all the way over to here. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, the off-centerness of this drawing that I've made is slowly killing my brain. So I am going to fix it a little bit. Okay. Better. Good. Alright. That's not going to be in it. Hiding behind the fake wall and just staring people down. Ha! We did... Alright, so we, right before we had opened the shop, me and my parents had really gotten into the Death Note anime. We had just started watching that. And one of the things that we did... I don't know if the picture of it is on the Facebook.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
One of the things we did is we put a little... Ryuk face looking over that little fake wall. And I don't think any of the pictures that we had. Up here it is. I'll probably try and end up putting this in the actual image itself, but we had like, ah, damn it, like a little wooden cutout that we made of a Ryuk face staring over the little fake wall that we had just to fuck with people because we thought it was absolutely fucking hilarious. If anybody's ever looked in my videos and there you see that Batman that's behind me on when I'm in my room and it's like there's this big wooden cutout of Batman behind me, that was outside. That was used as a door. We put that right next to the front door. And it would stare at people as they were walking in. There's a reason that thing's like 8 feet tall. You have a Harley too, right? Yeah, we have a couple. We have a lot of the cutouts that we had from this shop. If I can position this so that you can't see the name of the Facebook page, I can probably show you a couple of them. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you can't see it anywhere. Alright. So, this is the Ryuk head. We had a Harley Quinn. This was right next. This is the front door right here. And we had a Harley Quinn right next to the front door. What's the next one? This is in my room still. We had this flying around the office. That it was a, like, cut out a head pool that my dad did that we put around the shop. I don't remember specifically where we put it. This was something that was commissioned. Somebody wanted an indigenous Wonder Woman cutout. This commission was we had that and we like hung the commissions up in the shop until the person came to get them to kind of show off what they would look like. Then this was a Gambit that somebody had commissioned as well. This one is still in my my parents' home gym. This is called Order 66. It's Commander Cody getting the order to kill the Jedi. I think that's all the pictures that we have of the actual shop itself. Or like the cutouts that we did in the shop. Okay, so back to this. So we have the desk that actually it looks like it extends a little bit past the fake wall, or the fake wall is a little shorter than I... Yeah, this entire section right here looks a little bit shorter than I built it out to be. Let's do this. I'm going to select everything under the window. And I am going to bring it in. God damn you! And I am going to bring it in slightly. Because that gap looks a little bit more realistic. Okay. Back to this. So, wall is shorter. Sink is shorter than I originally drew it out to be. This gap looks a little bit more correct in terms of like we would walk back here and then curl over. Okay, will do. Why is your entire family so cool and talented? Well, I didn't just magically get it out of nowhere. That sounded really arrogant. That was a joke. I'm sorry. I'm also realizing that this is actually way closer than it actually was. It's probably because... What layer is that on? This is probably farther back, because I think... No, that's about the right size of the bookshelves and everything. Sorry, I'm trying to rack my brain on where I fucked this up. I think this gap was bigger than I'm remembering it. Because we also used that as like a storage area as well. So that looks a little bit better for that. Yeah, I know nothing was selected. And then this did that. I think that's on the background, unfortunately. Alright, and then from the front door, I think there's a little gap here. Yeah, because you can see in those pictures that there is a window in front of the fake wall. And the fake wall is right here because you would bump into it every time you would try and like make a cup of coffee or something. The fake wall had a TV on it that we played like Super Friends and stuff on. And then in front of the fake wall there was usually a small table. And then there is, if I go back to the Google, there's one window right next to the front door. So there is one window here. Then there's a small gap, and then there's two other windows right there that are right next to each other. I think it's safe to make that gap about that big. And there's two windows right next to each other right there. But that lends to the question of where are these? Are those in front of? Yeah, okay, so this is actually in front of one of those windows. It's in front of the window right next to the front door. So there is a small display case right here that's right next to the front door. Then in this gap, this is where we would hang stuff, so this gap's actually a little wider. And then there's two windows here that had a display case in front of them. Ah! Damn it! It's alright, one sec. And if I'm remembering correctly, that throws off where this table is. Sorry, Scarlett just got out of a job interview, and she is on her way home. Alright, back to this. What? Why was Matt in here? Why do I only pop in to see this shit after the fact? Don't you have a stream to be preparing for, dickhead? Or are you just in here? Oh, wait, no. You have streams on Mondays and Wednesdays, don't you? Is it Tuesday? Tell me it's Tuesday. Okay. It's Wednesday. Ah, fuck. Holy shit, it is. Ah, lordy. Time has just been fucking breezing by, apparently. I have an hour, though. I'm good. Listen, man, I forget how long I have to do things all the time. Around when you're ending. Thank God. Okay, so if I remember correctly, that means that this table that I am remembering being here, because there's these two, this gap is either bigger than I remember it being, or this table is like right here. But if that table's right here, nobody could get into this display case. So that must mean that this is farther back, which must mean that this is farther back than I remember it being. So let's do this. What am I doing? Okay. Realizing that was not going to work. I'm either highly over-exaggerating the size of the comic shop that I owned, or I'm reading these pictures wrong. Either one is equally likely. Because that would mean that this table's right here, so it's tight, but it's not impossible to get into that display case. If you hear a dog barking, I'm sorry, that is my neighbors. Why don't you call your parents and ask them? Because they probably remember just about as good as I do. We don't still have this place. That if we still had this place, I would not have the sign. I would not have the comic shop sign behind me. Ah. Corralling these two is going to be like 2 monkeys on them. Ha! Is this your old store? Yeah, I'm planning on making a 3D model of my old store for part of my portfolio, because I'm trying to do more 3D art. This is farther back. That's the fake wall. This is the kitchen area. This is the desk. Which also means that this desk was probably a little longer than I'm drawing it right here, because I remember this desk being a pretty decent fucking size. Meaning that it probably intersects with where this wall is right here. So you would have to snake in between these to get back there. Yeah, I think I remember that being the case. And then there wasn't 3 tables, there was 2. There's a table behind this, I think. Because right now, this was like the first picture that we took of the shop once it was like close to being completed. Like literally anything other than coffee. What the heck? Why do you guys keep redeeming it when I am actively drinking water? Like, it's right here. Alright. So I remember that there is one table that goes close to this corner. Because under it there was a bunch of back issues in the actual bottom half of the table. And then if I remember correctly, it moved around a couple of times, but there was a second table here that had even more back issues in it. And at the end of that table is what we're seeing here, which is where there was... Yeah, because at the start of it, we had this bookshelf that I have in my office right now is the one that was in the comic shop. And I'm just now realizing that. Originally, there was like a little cube here where it was the... there was the bookshelf, and then there was a shelf on the end of it that had a bunch of display stuff on it, which is what we're seeing right here. But I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put the second bookshelf right here. The second table right here that has the books on it. Because if I remember correctly, this was either a table for more books. This was a table that had a lot of back issues under it because the longer we went on, the more we had more back issues. And I don't remember what we did with this. I think we might have ended up moving it over here at some point. Or we moved it near the back wall and we put it on the back wall. Because I honestly don't remember. No, we ended up moving this over here, so instead of there being a gap between the bookshelf and the other shelf, we had another smaller shelf right here that had a lot of toys on it. And this had like a bunch of anime stuff that would correlate with this anime shelf that was right here. And I think we ended up moving the clothes rack closer into the middle. But I'm also having a hard time remembering because this was 8 years ago. He's like, Matthew is avoiding it on purpose. What? What am I avoiding on purpose? A D&D one-shot pitch? Yeah, that's his thing to talk about. That's not my fucking thing to talk about. I'm not talking about it. If he wants to talk about it, he can fucking talk about it.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
He asked you about it in chat. Did he? I thought that was one of y'all. Now I'm just trying to find it. Oh, how about that pitch for the next D&D one shot? Oh yeah, I know about it. I know what he's talking about. I'm not gonna fucking tell y'all, but I do know what he's talking about. That's half the fun. Y'all get to figure out when the fuck we do it. Spoil it on purpose. No! Fuck y'all. Y'all have to tune in and see what the hell it is. Everyone in the Discord, and I said he couldn't join because I was watching yours. Ha! I just wanted to taunt everybody. Yeah, exactly. Dangle it in front of their faces a little bit longer. I'm not going to fucking spoil that shit. If y'all want to see it, y'all can see it when it fucking comes out. Alright. I think this is looking about right. Although I don't think that this shelf jutted out, now that I'm thinking about it. But it does look like it does right here, because we have this go out and then this... I don't think it jutted out the way that I drew it here. I think what happens is that it goes... It's one shelf that goes sideways and then another shelf that goes horizontally. Because this is the edge of the door, there's a small gap and there's a window, there's a less small gap right next to it because the door... The shelf that was right next to the door was like right next to the fucking door. And that ended about halfway through the window, and then the other one extended out and it was close to the window. And then all of our displays would go here, and then we had the square displays. Yeah, I think this is looking about right. Because then there's the clothes rack in the corner right here that has all of our shirts and stuff on it. This has back issues, this has back issues. I think if I remember correctly, eventually this ended up having the bookshelf on the end of it as well, which probably means that it's backed up a little bit more than I have it on right here. It's probably closer to about there. That's looking about right. Play Marvel Snap at all. You could swing through Matt's stream and find him later. Listen, man, I don't play card games. Card games mess with my head. There's too much math involved. I don't play Marvel Snap for the explicit point that I don't. My brain can't wrap its head around card games. Otherwise, I probably would. Okay. I think this is looking about right. I'm also noticing, I think that's a second window that went all the way, almost all the way up to the wall right here. I think this window starts here, and then there's a second one right there. Let's see, because I have the... Yeah, there's two. All right. Okay. I think this is looking about right. Alright. I think I've gotten the layout correct. So I am going to actually... This is what I originally, my brain was remembering the layout being. It's pretty close, but it's a lot shorter than what the actual layout ended up being. Which, given the actual layout is just a bunch of guesses based on a few pictures that I found. So, oh shit. So here's the layout that we're going to be working with. And I'll probably clean up this layout so that I can figure out the placement and everything. And that'll probably be the next step that we do is kind of like inking this over to make it look a little bit less like a giant fucking sketch. Also, since I'm not going to be doing this back room, I don't really need to... now, I'll leave it in here so then, just in case you see the door... Nah, I'll just have the door closed. Fuck it. There we go. There we are. Then I can make this even fucking bigger. Ah, damn it. There we go. And then there is a door, just so I can remember. There's a door right here. All right. It seems like it was a little cramped. It was! It was a small location. There was a small location. We had a lot of comics that we wanted to show off. I like hearing Panda curse. It's relaxing. I am so sorry. You know, ironically, my grandparents watch these, and I always feel bad about how much I curse. But I feel like it's just become white noise at this point. All comic shops have to be the good ones are cramped. Listen, if your shop feels a little bit too commercial, automatic bad vibes. Automatic bad vibes. If you have a shit ton of space and a bunch of new comics and nobody is talking to me and nothing looks a little old and nothing looks a little dinged up, bad vibes. I don't like it. If it looks too professional, you feel a little corporate, and I don't like that. All right, I am actually going to take a quick break. To a literal warehouse that was cramped. Exactly. All right. I'm going to take a bit of a break real quick. Probably only about 5 minutes. Bathroom, all that. And then when I come back, we're going to clean up this a little bit so I can use it a little bit more like a blueprint. And we might do some like quick 3D sketches. But that probably won't be today considering I only have half an hour. So I'm going to be right back. Nobody leave. I'll be back soon. All right. Peace. Boom. Alright, I'm back. Who's ready to get this thing a little bit more cleaned up? Alright, so I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to drop the opacity of this one. Go to the background layer and fucking get rid of this, because it is driving me slowly insane. Okay. Back to this. How can you tell a real artist? Did you use the new animation to start your stream today? I wasn't here for the beginning. I did! I did use the new animation. Hold on. This is the one that I used to start the stream today. It wasn't the one that we've been working on because that's a transition for a different video thing that I'm doing. But this is the thing that I used to start the stream today, because this is what was rendering yesterday because I want it to be a little bit more official than the sketches I did in my college dorm. So I switched it for the logo that I did in my college dorm. I'm lazy, I'm sorry. I also just wanted to get it done. I can do it better. I can make it look nicer, but at the current moment, I would rather focus on getting things out there and then clearing it up once I have a more solidified schedule. It's like a coin or something from a video game. Thank you. To be perfectly honest, I didn't even think about that part. Alright, so. Do you guys like to know how you can tell a professional artist from a hobby artist? You can't. But one thing that every artist does, that I know of, that aggravates the shit out of anybody who draws for fun, is not use black, and instead use literally any other color. So I'm going to actually move the stack of... There we go. Perfect. I had to move the book so that I can move my keyboard over and use that for the shift key that I need. Here we go. Alright, so pen. First thing we're going to do
different fucking kid?
is we are going to box in our building shape. Whoa! That scared the shit out of me. I am so sorry. Stop it! Alright. Our building is a box. But he's safe and alive. Why? What's he doing? Not use black. Is there a reason? Because any art teacher is going to tell you not to use black. Because you can't go back from black. Color, it adds more depth and life and color distinction from the final piece. Black is dead. It's a dead color. You should use it for things that aren't supposed to be alive and moving and da 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 da. Black is such a final step. It's all of that. Every artist that I know of ends up just using, any sort of colored line work, or they use black and then cover up the black with colored line work, which is another thing that I am guilty of doing. So am I able to put up the grid?
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
There we go. Oh my god, I hate it already. Running for my job today. Is it funny in a good way or funny in a I'm gonna hate whatever this story is about way? Okay, first of all, Alright. I have this thing lined up to a grid, so then I can actually space things out, and they're all the same size. I got a service call at Sam's Club today. It said, door not open, there is bread inside, we can get it out. Their convection oven door? Door not open, there is bread inside, we can't get it. That's hilarious, I love that. You leave me alone, and I don't have you around to help me send Panda into a spiral of insanity. I will lose it. Listen, I'm just gonna have to keep drinking water out of, like, respect at that point. I wonder what the square footage of this building is. See, it's not for rent, so I don't think I can... Service portal and just screaming, door not open, bread inside. That's hilarious. I can't imagine being a baker and being so scared that the oven won't open to actually be able to get the burning bread out of it. So, how wide is a front door? Front door is what? That'll help me figure out the sizing of everything. "36 inches. So if I wanted to make the front door... that works. Each cube can be roughly 9 inches. If I wanted to make the door 4 of these wide. But that also seems ridiculously big. Or each cube can be roughly 4.5 inches. Or I can say fuck it and not actually have specific measurements and kind of just wing it, knowing that a door is usually 36 inches wide. Did the music go off? It shouldn't have. I can hear it. How do I want to manage this? Do you want to draw this up like a proper blueprint? I like drawing it up like a blueprint so that I can remember, like, sizing when I'm trying to make it in 3D. So I'm trying to think of how big I want to space this area out to be. Chad is prone to hurting themselves. I hope not. A block and a half seems to be about the size that I made it already. So let's say divided by 6. How wide were those shelves? I wonder if I can... God. going to text my dad and see if he remembers how wide we built the shelves to be, because we hand-built the shelves. Divide down by the smaller blocks. I could, but I'm trying to specifically remember, because most of the things in this shop were hand-built, so I'm trying to remember how big certain things were, so I can space them out by that, because I know that this wall is roughly three shelves wide. I know that this door was here, but I don't remember how much of the wall that the door took up. Like, I could space it out based on the image that I have of it, but that doesn't help me with the inside. That only helps me with the outside. And even then, it's kind of screwy. Like, here's the thing. This is the image that I'm working with for the outside of the shop. So I'm trying to space it out based on this. But the problem with that is that I have no idea how big this building was. I remember there's a bunch of stuff in it, but I don't remember how wide everything is in comparison. Which, I mean, I could just space it out based on common sense and not have to. I don't have to make... Nobody's going to know the actual sizes of any of these things, so I could just say, fuck it, and make them up. Was there any, like, building measure? I could find those, but I'm also not trying to make a perfect architectural recreation of it. So I'm thinking I might just look at the interior shots of the building that I have. Because I think that the ceiling is about 10 feet tall, and I think each of these shelves is roughly... I think they're 6 feet by 5 feet. I could see how many comics there are, but a lot of these comics are overlapping, which makes a problem. See, I can't get a good read because a lot of these are like overlapping each other. Yeah, that's fucking rough. I think they're 6 feet by 5 feet because these were half of the height. And these were about, like, mid body level. Okay, what is this music? Alright, okay, alright. So let's make the assumption that each of these is 5 feet wide. So this is 15 feet across this wall here. I forgot there was music on. Yeah, sorry. I think they were a foot deep, if I remember correctly. They were 2 feet deep at the bottom and 1 foot deep at the top. I think. Decently sure. Damn it. I keep forgetting that these are all on my layer. So, if I'm saying these are 5 feet across, Let's turn the grid on and let's figure out how wide that would be. 2 of these blocks are 5 feet across. That means each block is 2.5 feet wide. Or I could say that they're 4 feet across and then not have to worry about that. But then how tall are they? Because if they're 4 feet across, then that screws up some of the math.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different
Thank you for the follow. This would be real easy if I had the actual measurements of them. Since it's been a while. Thank you very much. Only 3 gifted subs a day. That's because a couple days ago, you guys got into a fucking war where you gave gifted subs to everyone who's ever watched my channel. There's not a lot of people to gift subs to anymore. I'm wondering if this would be a little bit easier to actually sketch out in 3D. Don't start. Don't start. Thank you for gifting subs, but please don't start. We have like 15 minutes left. Alright, this is loading real quick. Is this? Nope, not done yet. There we go. Come on. Alright. Being generous today, I've been in a good mood. Thank you! I don't want people to go fucking broke subscribing people to my channel. Alright, so let's make a quick little block here. Jesus Lord. Alright, so let's make this x5 y6. This is going to be 2 scale. This isn't going to actually be. Then this is going to be... Yeah, we'll stick with 1. There's 1 at the top, and then it's 2 at the bottom. Matter of fact, let's W, D, V. Great. Translate X, 3. Wrong one. Translate Y, 3. Great. Alright. You know what? Let's fix it from the start. Translate Y, 0.5. D. 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 There we go. And then, great. Scale X, 5. Scale Y, 6. Face this. Attribute editor. I know there's a way to know how big I'm making this, but I can't off the top of my head remember what it is. So we're just going to stick with this. There we go. Basic comic shelves. Alright. So, one of these, duplicate it. Matter of fact, don't duplicate it. Go into object mode so that you actually have the correct sizing. Duplicate it. Damn you. Come on. Okay, now I have 3. So that's one wall, and then we're going to duplicate this. Here, and this is going to rotate 90 degrees. And then these corners match up. Gotta duplicate this again. Now we have 2. Matter of fact, let's select both of them. They're 6 feet tall, so we're gonna drop that down to 3 feet tall. This one too. 3 feet tall. Hey, sweetie. Oh, you are the best. Everybody tell Panda Scarlet that you love her because she's amazing. Love you, Annie.
Love you.
Oh, we have a favorite drink from Dutch Bros that's right next to our house now that we moved in, called a Caramelizer Freeze, and these things are the fucking best. Oh my god, it's like they added extra flavoring. That one's strong. Okay, so 4 and 5. So I need that, and then I'm going to go in 5, and I'm going to do the same thing. Great, and then face, select, because these are both half-sized. Delete. Delete. There we go. Oh my god, it's amazing. Mesh. Fill hole. Mesh. Fill a hole. Alright. So right now we have, like, the corner of the shop here. Given this is not the actual, like, final version of the shop, but we have, like, a corner so that we can have it spaced out a little bit. We are going to... Where's the... Good. Alright. Duplicate. Damn it! Four feet. Damn it! I had the sizing off. I think it was 4 feet by 5 feet. But that does make things a little bit easier. Ah. What's this? There it is. Alright, so we're going to rotate this negative 90 degrees. Go from the top again. And what we're doing right now is essentially just sketching in 3D. Where it's like laying things out so that you get a rough vibe for how things are going to look. Because right now we have all of the shelves along this back wall busted out here. Given the sizing is apparently off. But only slightly. And then there is another bookshelf over here, but there's a slight gap in between those two. So, you know what? I'm going to duplicate this. Move it over here. The wrong one. Let's just negative 180 it. To negative 270. Alright. Negative 270. Great. And then we're going to... Okay, so we have the bookshelf spaced out here. Are you still arguing? Twitch, I just now remember that. Oh, shit. Okay. So you know what? Now that I have the actual measurements of the building that we're going to be doing, I have a sketch of where everything is laid out in the building. I kind of have a sketch here of how things are laid out. I actually... am going to call it for the day because we are 4 minutes away from when I usually call it. I don't even know if I'm going to save this because this actually just gave me a good kind of vibe for what I'm going to be looking at in terms of space to work in, because there's not as many as I thought. There's not as much as I thought there was going to be. Yeah, okay. So I'm actually going to call it for the day. I have been streaming for 2 hours, so... it never feels like it's that long. Alright. Thank you. That's probably why it feels like I'm drinking straight caramel, is because it is just straight caramel at the bottom. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. I love doing these. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys enjoy watching me do this stuff. If you don't, I'm going to do it anyway, so I really hope that you do. I love you guys. I love being able to make these for you. I love being able to hang out. So thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for checking it out. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all in the next one.